computer. There we go. And then I'm going to put it on Facebook Live. All right, there we go. Well, that's my alarm to tell me to remember to do it. Okay. See, I know I will forget. Okay, so what is this? Oh,
You ready for the
okay.
music?
Yes, I'm ready for the music. So, hello and welcome to Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. Today we have the pleasure of interviewing Roland Ford all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and my other host.
I'm Leslie Henry. I live in Clearwater, Florida.
Yes, and Leslie, what's the name of your group?
Embrace Life Groove Squad.
All right, and mine is the Line Dance Connection of Tampa. So we always get started with some music because that's what gets us moving.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put on some Dowtoner Producer. It's called Dowtoner Producer Line Dance, and we're going to play it about a minute, and then we're going to get started with our interviews. Okay? All right, here we go. Turn it up so we can hear it. Y'all hear it? All right, let's go for about a minute. We get some music, we ready to dance. That's what line dancers do. Oh, Jesus. Oops, sorry. I don't know when it fell. Sorry. Oops. Sorry about that. I'll put it up here. That way it won't fall. Okay. Yeah, I'm coming to the producer. Yeah. Hey. Got about 20 more seconds. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Yeah. I see you.
The prep.
Yeah. All right. All right, Downtown, we thank you for coming in and working with us today. All right. Good job. Good job. All right. Like I said, we're interviewing Roland Ford all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we're down here in Florida. So, Roland, go ahead, Leslie, you got a question?
All right. What I wanted to do is before we went into the interview questions is I wanted to tell everyone what our mission is.
Okay.
So our mission is to discuss line dancing in all forms and to share information with everyone in the industry. Ultimately, to bring the North, South, East, West, and other countries together in one place. To make Let's Talk Soul Line Dance your one-stop get-to-know line dance platform that will feature line dancers around the world.
Yay! Woo, 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 woo. Yes. So from this interview, everyone will know who Roland Ford is. Those who have never seen you, Roland, maybe heard your name or seen your work, but sometimes when you're dancing, they can't really see who you are. But on this platform, they can see, okay, that's Roland Ford. Okay. All right. So I guess we'll get into the questions now. Cool?
Yes. Cool.
Okay. Roland, tell us about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm a young 72-year-old.
Okay.
Born and raised in Pittsburgh. I attended school in New York, Columbia University, which is where I met my wife. We actually met in the early 70s at a disco downtown. So we met on a dance floor.
Okay.
Nice.
That was 50 years ago.
Wow.
We've been married 48 years. I have two sons. One lives in Atlanta, the other one lives in Charlotte. So we do make a lot of swings down south.
Okay.
Not so much during the pandemic, but hopefully in the not too distant future after that. But I have been an endurance athlete most of my life. I'm a marathon runner, track, and other things like that. And so I've always enjoyed taking care of myself, health and wellness, fitness, and so on and so forth. Um, and that's what I really like to share with as many people as I can.
Okay.
72 years old. I take no medications of any kind. I have the strength and energy of a teenager. And I really appreciate, what line dancing and any form of fitness and health and wellness does.
Yes, yes,
Awesome.
that's a big one
Awesome.
because 72 years old and you're not on no medication and woo, you just have the energy. I see you. I be like,
Yes.
if I could only do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome,
Yes.
awesome. So my question is to you is well, you already explained it a little bit, but what inspired you the most to become a line dance instructor?
Okay, well, I actually saw line dancing for the first time about 14 years ago, as a result of somebody on one of my running teams who got invited to a class and asked me to go with her. And that's when I saw line dancing in the church basement. I don't think she ever went back, but I said, hey, here's a way to get some good exercise, and there's music and it's fun and so on and so forth. Um, I attended the class every week, and a few months later, I was actually at a local YMCA working out, and a song came on the loudspeaker system, and I started doing a dance step. And these ladies looked at me, they said, show us how to do it. And I started showing them, and the director of the YMCA walked past, and one of them ran over and said, that man got to teach a class. March 2007, I taught my first
Wow.
line dance class. I had no idea that it would
Wow.
grow to become something as amazing as it has. But again, I look at line dancing as a way to get people moving,
Right.
to get them involved in exercise in a way where they can have fun, they can learn something. It's a great social activity, so on and so forth. So I have a background as a teacher, and that I think allows me to, have the patience and be able to help break some things down. So um, I was kind of like asked to start teaching classes, and I did,
Okay.
and found that I guess a lot of people enjoyed it, so we kept doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, the same
Cool.
happened to me. We have a lot in common.
Yeah.
Director saw me just fooling around and teaching at the YMCA, and I've been at the YMCA for almost 8 years now teaching line dance.
Okay.
So that's how I got started as well.
Yeah, we never know. You never know who's watching you. There's always somebody watching us.
Right.
And like you said, you were just heard the music and started moving. They like, we need him to teach. Or they saw you, Leslie, and we need her to teach. So
Right.
that's why we always have to be on our toes, be on our best at all times.
At all times.
Which we are. Just be a professional. And once you get hold of some music and get their feet to moving, I mean, things happen.
Right.
Things happen. Okay. Now, my next question. What makes your teaching style unique? And I want to talk about the chair dancing for seniors.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I've been blessed to be able to do is to kind of move outside of just the mainstream of line dancing, to try to make it available to everybody, all ages and all abilities. So I'm a senior myself, so of course we do a lot of classes with seniors, but also we do classes with deaf and hard of hearing, which is mostly visual. I have people in my classes who are blind, so that's mostly auditory.
Okay.
And we do classes with people who have mobility challenges. We do a nursing home, and everybody in that class is in wheelchairs and walkers. So of course, being able to do things in a chair makes that accessible for them. And we also do we've done classes with autistic and mentally challenged people. So we say all ages and all abilities, from seniors to preschoolers, so on and so forth. And so again, the chair and the rest of it is just finding ways to make it accessible for everybody, because we believe everybody deserves the gift of better health.
Right.
And besides being a dance instructor, I'm very much a choreographer. We've created hundreds and hundreds of dances and exercise routines. And so we are able to pretty much design a dance step or a fitness routine that can meet the needs of whoever the audience is.
Okay. Okay. So Roland, we're sitting down. So give us like 2 or 3 moves we can do while we sit. You give us a couple that you do.
Well, we can go 1, 2, 3, and then out to the side, 5, 6, 7, straight ahead, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yay, yay. So see, and that's good. That's what I saw you doing one time. And I was like, hey, that's it right there.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, you mentioned that you just received a couple of our DVDs. We have on DVD, and you can check us out on Facebook or YouTube, and you'll see classes, and you'll see many, many different videos, etc. So again, what we want to do is try to make it accessible and available for all ages and all abilities, everybody, because everybody deserves the gift of better health.
Right.
The other thing that has happened is we've been able to develop a relationship and friendship with a number of different music producers, singers, songwriters, creators, etc. And so we've been provided with close to 100 different songs. So we have our own catalog, our own library of music that we're able to choreograph and create dances and exercise routines for. And that is what has allowed us to be able to produce DVDs and other things, because we don't have copyright infringement issues, etc. We have permission. We actually send out agreements that they sign to say that you have permission to use this music. So we're building a whole platform that at some point we will invite other instructors and choreographers to join us on, where we have permission from the artists to use the music, because it provides another outlet or distribution channel for them. And the DVDs that you received, we were able to mail paychecks out to all the music producers who provided content for that.
Okay. So nice. What a blessing.
Develop a win-win-win situation where everybody wins.
Yes, they're very good. I mean, that's awesome. That is really awesome. Okay, Miss Leslie, you got the next one?
Yes. What was the largest group that you ever taught, and how was that like?
Okay, well, we've done a lot of different public events and concerts. We've been downtown Pittsburgh. This year will be the first time in the last 12 years that we weren't part of First Night New Year's Eve. Because of the pandemic, they're going to do 1 hour on television and that's it. But we've been to many celebrations downtown where they close the streets off, and we've had hundreds of people. We're up on stage. We've created signature dances for different events doing that. We've also been at concerts at an amphitheater outside of the city, where the Ohio Players came in, and Confunction and several other groups, and we're on stage there. And they have a courtyard area that'll hold a few hundred people, but up on the hillside there's like 5 or 6 or 7,000 people.
Okay.
So being on stage is really it's really exciting, mainly for the fact that we're able to share with so many people. We've been blessed also to participate as a workshop instructor at events all across the United States. UC Star Awards in Baltimore, Cali Jam, Las Vegas Jam. When they were hosting United We Dance in the Midwest, we've been in Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis, Indiana. We've done stuff in Atlanta. A couple times we were down in Miami, Florida. So we've been blessed to be able to share in a lot of different places. But for me, I've had a class where we had one person, and I do the same class if it's one person, if it's 100 people or 1,000 people.
Okay.
I do the same class every time. I get, I enjoy what I do, so I get a kick out of it just as much as the people, I guess, who receive it and participate.
Right. Yeah. And that's the main thing. If you don't enjoy what you do, then, it's probably in vain. You know what I'm saying? If you don't enjoy it. A lot of people have said, well, I know my students, I'll say my class, my students, they say, Queen, you have a passion for line dance. You're not just a line dance instructor. You have a passion, because ours is more like a line dance family. I don't know if yours is like that, Leslie and Roland, but we do everything. I mean, we do other stuff besides just line dance class. I mean, we go on trips together. We, community events. We did the Florida State Fair last year. We're doing it again this year. But I mean, if one person gets sick, they call me and we put it on our group page and everybody prays. That kind of thing. It's more than just a line dance class. We're more like a line dance family. So I'm asking, y'all group, the same, or are you basically a line dance class?
Well, I used to have like what we would call a group. Okay. I co-facilitate an annual convention in Pittsburgh, and we also sponsor monthly workshops, etc. And so we travel together, to many different events, and we do a lot of stuff all year long in the parks and other places. But I guess in my situation, I do so many other programs and events. So we're at a lot of high rises and nursing homes, schools, churches, and people bring us into their community groups and organizations. So it's almost like it's not like a tight, narrow family. It's like I have a very, very wide family and followers.
And that's what works for you. You know what I'm saying? I guess it depends on what works for you. That works for you because you're like this. You're all over the place. What about you, Leslie?
It's still growing. It's up and down. They don't get it here. They don't see the fun in it yet. And I don't know if it's because of the culture here, but when I came here, I was here from Texas a few years and I kept trying to find line dance. And it took me about 4 or 5 years after living in Florida before I could actually find it. And now that I'm doing it, and I tell people I line dance, and the first thing they'll say is square dancing. And I'm like, no, urban, R&B music, soul music. I have to kind of explain it to them. So they haven't quite gotten it yet. But the people that have come out with me, and they've, of course, come to some of your classes with me, Queen Sheila, and some of your events, they're starting to get it. And they're like, hey, this keeps me active. It's fun. And it's something that, I want to get more into, but they're just not there yet.
Right. I understand. Sometimes it takes.
There's a growing process.
Right.
When we began back in 2007, 2007, began teaching, there was not a big culture. And so we did a lot. We found ways to expose the culture around, and so now it's really taken on a life of its own. But it took a period of time.
Oh yeah.
Some places have a history. It's much more widely known. Some places, it's almost like you have to introduce it.
That's true. That's true. It just, I mean, don't laugh at me, but when I first started my class, it was 2013. And everywhere I went, I passed out a flyer. If I went to McDonald's and got some food, when I got up to the pay thing, I had them my flyer and my money at the same time. And what I would do is go into like Walmart or CVS or the grocery, I mean, what you call it, the drugstores or Walmart. I would take 5 cards with me. And before I leave that store, I had to pass them 5 cards out to somebody, to 5 people. And my students thought I was crazy. They was like, you just do flyers every. I said, let me tell you something. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will believe in you. And so that's how I started growing my class. I had like 5,000 cards printed. And everywhere I went, I gave out cards. Everybody that knew me know I'm a line dancer. And I'm from DC. So the people in DC said, I kept telling them before I retired that I'm moving to Florida. And they said, well, what are you going to do? I said, just relax. And then I came down here and they said, well, how did you move to Florida not knowing anybody and you started a line dance class? I said, listen, when it's in your heart, I've always been a dancer. Like at the little house parties, the blue lights in the basement, that was my thing, my era. So, I would dance and there was a partner named Lil Dancer, this guy. And everywhere we went to all the parties, they'd be like, okay, come on, Queen. Well, that was Sheila then. Come on, Sheila and Lil Dancer, let's do it, So it was like, I'm retired. I need something to do. I cannot sit home. I've worked all my life, 34 years in the federal government. So now I'm retired. I cannot sit home and do nothing. So I went to line dancing for 2 years and then I started my own. But it was a challenge for me, to get the class together. But now everywhere I go somewhere and people will be like, oh, that's her. That's the one on the video thing. That's her. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's me.
and like you mentioned, in terms of the fact that it provides a social engagement.
Yes.
And so whether it's your own group or anywhere, I go all across the United States, and you're welcomed as a family member in the line dance community, no matter where you go.
Right.
So,
yes.
so that's a wonderful thing, and it's great that we have something, and now we sort of had to pivot a little bit because of the new normal and the pandemic. So when it first happened, we experimented with going Facebook Live, and I can remember doing some of my first videos, and it was upside down, sideways, and reverse, left and right. Sound in the video would go in and out. But we went 7 days a week for 5 straight months, and so we kind of got good at it.
Okay.
And now we're able to do Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We do Zoom, and there's other streaming platforms that we're getting ready to engage. And because of that, again, we're able to actually reach out and contact people all over. People in other continents and overseas, and as well as all across the United States, and so on and so forth. So the opportunity to network and to get to know and meet other people, line dancing is a great vehicle.
Yes, it is. Definitely.
It is. And that's true with me too, because I had my kids at 17, 19, and 21, and now they're all grown. And so I was trying to find something to do, because when I got off work, it was like, okay, what do I do now? The kids are out of the house. There's nothing for me to do. And I enjoy doing the line dance, and I wanted to stay active, and that kind of gave me an outlet.
Yeah, it does. It does.
The
We just
other
got to
thing,
keep moving. Go ahead.
the other thing that kind of I wouldn't say it's unique, but what we've been able to do is to develop an intersection between dancing and health and wellness or fitness. So we have this little program called Dance and Be Fit, and we actually get contacted by health insurance companies, by medical providers, by schools, by churches, by all these different groups and organizations, because we're able to actually emphasize the health benefits of dance. And now we're also working with other fitness professionals and other health professionals and holistic health practitioners. And
I know exactly what it feels like to turn to a big block and do it.
I'm not sure.
She should know better than to get into an altercation with peace officers at a protest.
One teenage girl comes in.
Huh?
Hearing something from the background.
Rachel, stop.
I can't hear it. Y'all hear something in the background?
Yeah, like TV news or something on.
Oh, babe, can you cut it down a little bit? They can hear it in the thing. I'm sorry. That's probably my husband that can listen to TV.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, like starting in January, we're going to be featuring certified nutritionists, healthy food preparers, and other fitness professionals, because we really want to help people to develop a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
A healthy lifestyle, a lot of people may not really realize that 80% of all chronic illnesses and diseases are preventable with a healthy lifestyle.
Right.
And even if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, rheumatoid arthritis, heart issues, and many other things, a healthy lifestyle can help you reduce and in many cases reverse that. I can give you articles from medical professionals and other people. So a healthy lifestyle involves healthy movement, which most people, you know, we're supposed to have 150 minutes of moderate activity every single week as adults.
Okay.
Children are supposed to have 60 minutes every single day. Okay. Most people don't do that. But if we can combine healthy movement and physical activity with healthy food choices, you can't outwork a bad diet. But when we can do that together, we can help improve our health.
Right.
Healthcare is the most important part of healthcare, but it's often neglected.
Right. Okay.
A lot of people, we look at health when we get sick. Okay. But there's much we can do on a preventative side.
Okay.
That will make us stronger, have a stronger immune system, and then we won't be the fastest and the first to die from COVID, along with all the other things
Right.
dealing with. So for me, it's dancing, it's fun, it's enjoyment, but at the same time, we need to help people to live longer and live healthier. We can save lives by what we're doing.
That's right. Yes.
So
That's right.
for me, it's a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Leslie, you want to ask the next question, number 6?
Yeah. So our last question is, if there was anywhere in the world to teach line dance, where would it be for you and why?
Well, if it hadn't been for the pandemic, I would have thought that by now I would have made it to Hawaii.
Okay.
I have some artists over there who've been sending me music. I've created dances and etc. And they said, Roland, whenever you're ready, you know, come on, don't worry about a hotel or nothing. We got you covered. So I really would love to be able to, I see that as a stepping step to, you know, other countries. So I would love to do stuff in the motherland. You know, Hawaii is a stepping stone. But yeah, I mean, I would like to dance with the whole world.
Yeah.
I actually applied for an IT job out there.
Okay.
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii.
I'm waiting. It came on the news, something about if you work from home, which I work from home. I'm an IT professional, and they were looking for IT professionals to go to Hawaii and just to see if they like it. And I actually applied for the job to get sent out there. And they say if you like it out there, they will help you.
Some people that can help you get connected.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm just waiting to hear what they say.
Only place I want to work is in Florida. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not
Yeah, I
going
just so
nowhere.
happened to see it on TV, and I was like, what the heck? I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. I was like, hey, free trip to Hawaii, because they also said that if you get out there and you don't like it and you want to come back, you can come back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That works. That works. Well, we're gonna get into our announcements section of our program. We are going to tell you that next week. Well, we thank Roland, don't leave, but we thank you for being here with us today. It's been an amazing interview. I took some notes, so I have them in my repertoire for so next time I see Roland, you remember you said something? No, I'm just kidding. So our announcements are, we are so excited that our next interview is going to be with Natasha Walker, all the way from St. Petersburg, Florida. And if you would like to be a guest on Let's Talk Soul Line Dance, then drop us an email to letstalksoulinedance@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So, and check us out on Facebook, and it'll be on YouTube. Then like and share. And the Line Dance Connection has our annual Urban Dance Symposium every year. It's going to be October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd this year in Tampa, Florida. And it's more information will be coming really soon. So now we're going to have our line dance tips from Miss Leslie.
Yes, our line dance tip for tonight, and I believe Roland has already went over some of those.
Okay.
And so, number one, we want to protect the body against disease.
Yes.
I mean, line dancing is a form of exercise, and it can help us protect against disease, which he went over that, how it can build up the immune system. So that's the tip that I wanted to leave you guys tonight. And I also wanted to announce that we do have an 800 number. Our number is 800-856-1657. If we don't answer, it will transcribe into an email. So don't worry, we will get your message. And I also am a breast cancer survivor, 14 and a half years now. And it's part of the reason why I got into the line dancing as well, because I wanted to do something to stay active as well.
Right.
And I wanted to leave that tip that exercise is really, really good for you and building up the immune system.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And if you're in the Tampa, Florida area, my classes are Thursday at 6:30 to 8:30 at the American Legion on Florida and Sly. And Miss Leslie, your classes are
at Ridgecrest YMCA in Largo, Florida, Monday and Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. and on Saturday mornings at 11:15 a.m.
Okay, and one more on Saturday mornings at 11:30. I will be having beginners classes at the American Legion. And Roland, where are your classes?
Well, right now, Pennsylvania shut down.
Oh no!
I was teaching Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at a local YMCA.
Okay.
But we'll be posting on our Facebook page, Roland Ford on Facebook, a schedule, because we'll be doing classes the first 7 days of the new year, and we do a lot of online stuff. So there will be virtual classes.
Okay.
Another thing that's happening is we have 4 different groups that we're working with. One is music producers. One is health and fitness professionals and holistic health practitioners. Another one is educators and curriculum designers. And the 4th one is going to be people who are helping us to put together a program for gospel line dancing and health and wellness programming in churches and faith-based communities.
Okay.
So we reach out, and if there are other people who have an interest in development of that kind of programming, feel free to get in touch with me. It's very easy to contact me through Facebook, and you can see a lot of what we do on YouTube. But we're trying to put together some programming that will work for all instructors or teachers, no matter where they are.
Okay, Roland, if someone wanted to contact you, on Facebook, is it Roland Ford or?
Yes, just ROLNDFORD. And I post my name in email on your, 2 or 3 times every week. So
Okay.
it's people reach out to me all the time from all over the place. So
Okay,
looking forward to
yes, I'm
touch
sure.
with. Indeed.
Yeah, just in case, someone wanted to know. Okay, so in this section, we do a quick shout out. And today I have my top 10 that we finished up from last week. And that's Romeo Dance Class, Jacksonville, Florida. Adrian's Feet in Motion Line Dancers in Mableton, Georgia. The A-Team in Tampa, Florida. Keeping It Real Radio, that's kind of all over. All Snap Let's Dance in Los Angeles, California. Sudden Impact, San Francisco, California. Blacks on the Good Foot, Decatur, Georgia. Delaware Line Dancers out of Delaware. Sexy and Smooth Gliders out of Daytona Beach, Florida. And Heart and Soul Line Dancers out of Southern California. We would like to thank Roland for being here with us today. And it's really been
Thank you for
really been a
allowing me
blessing
to be
having
part of
you.
the
Yes,
program.
we've learned so much. It's been wonderful. And if you're in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area and you want to find an excellent line dance instructor, contact Roland Ford. He said you can find him on Facebook under Roland Ford. Okay.
And before we leave, I
Okay.
do want to re-mention that, like everybody else in the country, we postponed our national line dance event, but we are looking forward to, hopefully when things are the way they need to be, hosting our 5th annual line dance convention in Pittsburgh the middle of September.
Okay.
We'll be posting those announcements as time moves forward.
Right, as things gets better. Well, you keep us informed. Please let us know. Well, it's been great. And I am Queen Sheila.
And I am
like
Leslie Henry.
Yep. And my mom always says, love is no good unless you give it away. So here's some of mine. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay there. I'm going to stop.
Happy New Year
Stop
to
the
everybody.
recording. Okay.